Are you ready? I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Linda Goodman, and I am a professor of nursing. Thank you. So, are you ready? This is the Spring 2019 Nursing Recognition event. You guys have worked very, very hard to get here, and all these people have come to support you and have helped you get here. Give them a round of applause, please. So you guys remember I told you this wasn't going to be easy. I told you it was going to be worth it. And today's the day. Congratulations. First, I'd like to introduce Deb Rutledge, and she'll give our welcome and introductions.
Hi, I'm Deb Rutledge. I'm a professor here. I teach the OB in the 4th semester, so I've gotten to know a lot of these students, and they are awesome. I look forward to having them take care of me someday in the future, because I'll be there. But I'd like to say thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule to come celebrate with this awesome group of students. They have been nurtured for 4 semesters, and they have reached the end. And so we're here to celebrate. But we have some people that we'd like to thank who have been supportive of the students all along. I'd like to thank our Board of Trustees, Dorothea Smith, who is Board Emeritus. If she's in the back waving her hand, I'd like to welcome and thank Dr. John Roach, who is one of our Board of Trustees. And for our President's Council, we have Dr. Maureen Murphy, who is the President of the college. We have Dr. Eileen Abel, who is Vice President of Academic Affairs. We have Dr. Bill Comey. Hi. We have Michelle Goodwin, Tony Jerrigan, Dr. Daniel Mosser. We say thank you for your support of all the students. We also have, I'm sorry, I wrote myself notes and missed them. We have Dr. Mitchell Levy. Oh, well, he's not a Dr. Mitchell, he's just Mitchell Levy, the lawyer. And we have Craig, oh, no, I got that wrong, sorry. Craig Patinoud, I hope I did that justice, sorry. My students know I'm bad with names. We also have a couple of other people we would like to say welcome to. Mrs. Louise Webb and Miss Elaine Moses, who are here to support our students, and they have been supporting students through a scholarship. I'd like to thank any donors who have contributed to the college in any shape, form, or fashion. It really means a lot to support the students. Do we have any of our clinical facility representatives here? Because we can't do it without our clinical facilities. The students learn a great deal from the different facilities that they go to. Also, without the faculty, we need to thank our faculty and welcome our faculty. If I could have all the faculty stand up. We have an awesome bunch of faculty. They do a great job getting the students and helping the students and working with them. I'd like to also say thank you and welcome to family and friends. Without the family and friends giving the students support along the way, some of them would have faltered. That support meant so much to them. So if you could, thank your family for joining us tonight. And my last thank you and welcome is to the students themselves. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you, so we like to say thank you, and we look forward to the many wonderful things that you are going to do. You have been an awesome class, you've worked hard, and the journey is just beginning. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Professor Robin Young, who is going to give us a significance and history on the nursing pen. But before that, I want to just mention that Professor Young received the award for the Student Government Association Club Advisor. And our NSA group also, when they hand out the roses, our group was announced as the Student Government Association Club of the Year. So congratulations, guys. Great job. Robin?
Thank you, Linda. Good afternoon. I would like to thank the graduating class of 2019 for inviting me to speak on the history of the nurse's pin. As I researched the history of the pin, I was surprised to find the nursing pin dates back to well over 800 years. Yeah. So, hopefully this works. Tony? Okay. Whew. All right, that works now. Okay. The nurse's pin started as a badge given to the Knights of the Order of the Hospital of St. John the Baptist, a religious order who tended to the ill and wounded crusaders in the 12th century. The badge was a symbol of service to others. Initially, the badge was a Maltese cross, which was worn over one's heart. Anyone who was caring for the injured or sick wore this badge. Later in the 12th century, the badge was changed to a white Maltese cross on a red background, and only Christian soldiers who were knights could wear the badge. The badge represented valor and distinguished service. The nursing badge originated in the 1860s after Florence Nightingale was awarded the Red Cross of St. George for her selfless service in caring for the injured and dying during the Crimean War. Shortly afterwards, when Miss Nightingale started the Nightingale School of Nursing at the St. Thomas Hospital in London, she decided to award the most outstanding graduate nurses a badge for excellence, as she had been awarded. The Wolverton Royal Hospital School in England was the first nursing school to award all graduates with a badge. In 1880, the badge was refined and changed to a pin. The Bellevue Hospital School of Nursing in New York City was the first to award a nursing pin to every graduate. The pin's design is unique to each school and nursing program. The associate degree nursing program that you are graduating from was started in 1979, with the first pin being awarded to the graduates in the class of 1981. At that time, the college name was Charles County Community College. On July 1st, 2000, Charles County Community College name was changed to the College of Southern Maryland. So, of course, the nursing pins for our nursing program also had to be changed too. Jeannie Hill, one of our faculty members and alumni, was a member of the class of 2001 that designed the pin, which you will receive today. So what you see on the screen is the present day pin for the College of Southern Maryland ADN graduates. The nursing symbolizes a rite of passage for graduates into the professional world of nursing. Nurses care for patients daily with commitment, honor, and courage. Our CSO nursing pin is a symbol of this commitment of honor and courage to those we care for. As you go forth into the world of nursing, wear your pin with pride. I, too, will never forget the feeling of excitement and pride the day I received my nursing pin from my alma mater school, West Virginia Wesleyan College. Today's pin symbolizes that you are a graduate of the ADN program from the College of Southern Maryland. Congratulations and best wishes from this day forward. Thank you.
The nursing recognition event is planned by the students, and they did have a group of nursing recognition event committee. Molly Abel, please stand. Courtney DeVold, and Cameron DeGeorge. Thank you, guys. Next, I have the privilege of introducing our speaker, and Mary Lou McEwen. She graduated from George Mason University with her Bachelor of Nursing degree in 1984 and currently works at MedStar Southern Maryland Hospital Center. She's worked there for the last 5 years on the Med-Surg units 2 East and 2 West. Several of our clinical courses use this unit for clinical experiences, and Mary Lou is always warm, welcoming, and supporting to the students' learning. We welcome Mary Lou.
Thank you. Oh, thanks. Why, thank you. How about a show of hands? How many students have come on my floor? Oh my gosh, that is awesome. And again, thank you so very much for choosing me to come tonight. And thank you for inviting me on this prestigious occasion to share my thoughts about our great nursing profession. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be with you this evening. At the hospital, I've enjoyed giving you quite an insight as to what nursing is really about. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you into the sisterhood and brotherhood of nursing. Congratulations on your pinning, everyone, and I couldn't be happier and prouder of each and every one of you. It's such a pleasure working with you. Love you guys. As you begin this next chapter in your profession, I want you to keep in mind that your fellow nurses we're here to support you, and it's quite a special bond that we share. My nursing journey began when I was 6. It was at that time that I realized how a single nurse could make a huge difference in the experience of a patient. Hospitalized for a week, I had a good nurse and a bad nurse. Well, the good nurse made me feel happy despite what was going on. The bad nurse made me feel terrible. I even feel like it made me hurt more. I was amazed how my same condition could feel so different just by how I was treated by the nurse. It's amazing. Well, then I got married when I was 19, and it took me 7 years to get my BSN degree and my RN certification. It was not easy. It was hard work. I worked for 9 years at Fairfax Hospital and then took 20 years off to raise my 2 children. I then took in a very intensive refresher course and have been nursing for the last 5 years as MedStar Southern Maryland Hospital Center. I can remember the doctors telling me I was crazy. You know what you're doing? And then trying to warn me about how nursing has changed for the worse. But I was determined to prove them wrong. Well, when I first started nursing in 1984, we didn't have CNAs, didn't have computers. Everything was up to us. The RNs did everything for their patients. They called this primary nursing. Term sound familiar? Well, this was truly nursing at its best. The recent comeback of primary nursing just reinforces the pivotal role the RN plays in influencing the patient experience. Now just imagine for a minute, you're on a picnic with your family, when all of a sudden, your mother falls to the ground. You rush to her side and observe that she cannot speak or cannot move her right side of her body. In an instant, your whole world has turned upside down. You call 911. What was a fun gathering has now turned into a crisis, not only for your mother, but for the entire family as well. By the time the patient arrives to the ER, the family's panic and fear is very evident. The first face this patient and family will remember will be that of the nurse. It is at this pivotal time that the nurse must shine light onto the situation. We as nurses must educate, protect, and carry out the best plan possible to achieve the best outcome for our patients. This involves coordinating care and networking with various disciplines and requires effective communication and teamwork. By the time the patient arrives to her hospital room, she's still scared of the unexpected. Well, most people are scared of the unexpected. Establishing a trusting, bonding relationship with the patient and the family so they feel protected and cared for is paramount. You must not be afraid to speak up and fight for your patient. After all, you are their advocate. In some circumstances, you're all the patient has, since the patient might not even have a family. The healing power of touch and compassion is huge. Never forget that. Just greeting someone with a smile is contagious. It can help brighten even the darkest moments. I remember 2 years ago, I had a patient who was given only 6 months to live. This man, he had lung cancer, difficulty breathing. He was placed on high flow oxygen, was bedbound, and his wife was present every single day to interact with the medical team, to play an intricate role with managing his plan of care, until one day, she was late showing up. Well, it wasn't until the 7:00 p.m. shift changed that the ER notified me that my patient's wife was in the ER, suffered 2 heart attacks, and that she wasn't expected to pull through. They didn't know how to handle the situation, since they didn't know if my patient could handle the news. Do we tell him? Do we not? How are we going to handle this? I then decided to take a course of action that was perhaps outside the box. I took it upon myself to take full responsibility for what I was about to do. Did I receive pushback from the rest of the staff for doing so? Yeah. Was I threatened for doing something outside of the ordinary? You betcha. But I informed ER the time was of the essence and that he would be joining his wife. I gave the quickest change of shift report I have ever given of my patients, grabbed a wheelchair, grabbed the portable O2 tank, and whisked my patient, together with his son, to the ER. There we joined the other family members who had already been present during the previous 2 codes. My patient was able to give the final say to change her code to a DNR, to end her suffering. At that moment, we shared a big hug as I helped him try to stand, to reach over her and say his last words, and give a final goodbye kiss. We then shed some tears together, and I stayed with him for about an hour and a half before returning to my unit. And as sad as this moment was, it brought me great joy to have been able to carry out this mission of service to those in need of a healing touch and grace. 4 years ago, another one of my patients suffered from a GI bleed, received numerous blood transfusions for no avail. He continued to bleed out regardless of how many units of blood he received. Well, when discussing this with his daughter, the reality of his condition, she then cried out saying, "I wish he would just stop giving him the blood. This isn't what he wants. Oh, if somebody would have explained this to me. I feel awful." Well, I looked at her before spiking the blood. I put the blood down. I said, "Your call." I then I called the doctor, called the pastor on duty, and it was very late that hour. I knew my patient wasn't going to pull through the night. No more blood transfusions. I called the chaplain at 1 o'clock in the morning and told him, "Please come in and pray for my family. He needs last rites. He's Catholic." Well, he was so upset and disturbed that I awakened him at such an hour, but I reminded him of the importance of his job. He loved me. He later apologized and praised me for making the call. For right after giving my patient the last rites, my patient took his last breath, but with family around him and me at his side. Of all professions, it's my opinion that only the nursing profession serves others on their worst day ever. They are truly in need. And there you are. There you are. Their companion, their advocate, their friend. What an honor. What a privilege. There is no more honorable profession than nursing. None. Don't ever forget it. Now, leadership also plays a huge role with nursing. Always do what you feel is right in your heart. I had a patient who was angry, tired, depressed. She had end-stage renal disease and was on dialysis for many years. If she didn't have dialysis, she wasn't going to make it. Well, she was scheduled for dialysis, but refused to go. And all she wanted to do was go home. Several doctors tried to convince her to go, but nope, all she wanted to do was go home. I was then told that that's it. She's signing out AMA, which means against medical advice. Well, no. She's not going to do that. I confronted the doctors about this, but they just gave up trying to convince her otherwise. I took it upon myself to have a heart-to-heart talk with her. I was not just going to let her sign herself out. So I grabbed a chair, sat myself down next to her, and demanded that she listen to what I had to tell her. Well, because of the great rapport that we had, she was willing to go just one last time to dialysis, but for me. I'll do it for me, I'll do it for you, she said. And I also made her aware, in no uncertain terms, that if she went home, she would never come back. Not because she couldn't come back, but because she would be going to another home, out of heaven. 4 hours later, I met up with my patient in the hallway, returning from dialysis. Here she is, she's outstretched arms, and she's tears in her eyes, and she kept thanking me over and over again for finally getting through to her, not giving up on her, challenging her. The hug we exchanged was just so genuine. We both filled with such joy. But the doctors, they were in such disbelief, they couldn't believe that a nurse could make the change. Whoa, how did you do that? I said, it's easy. When you're passionate and you love what you do and you love your patients, everything is possible. You will be faced with so many challenges I can't begin to explain. But be creative. Use your resources. Don't be afraid, and rely on your critical thinking. And never, ever, ever give up. After all, your patients need you more now than you'll ever know. Ask yourself, how can I make this their best experience? Well, treat them with respect and kindness. Be patient. And remember, unlike medical school, there is no school for compassion or empathy for the patient. It must all come from within, from our hearts, from our love of this profession, and our willingness to serve others in need. So, what does being a patient champion, advocate, and friend mean? It simply means putting yourself in their position, fighting for their rights, their human rights, their God-given rights. Does it take courage and toughness? You bet it does. Ultimately, you have to do what's right, not what is easy. Being a nurse is not for the faint of heart. Every day is certainly different. Every day is another opportunity to excel. Every day presents a different challenge and a time to give it your best shot. Get your best shot, and execute. I begin my workday in prayer, asking Him to use me as His instrument to convey His love and compassion through my service and actions. Yep, there's nothing boring about hospital nursing. If you're looking for a steady 9-to-5 job, this isn't it. If you're looking to change a life, to save a life, one person at a time, then you're right at the right place, at the right time, in the right profession. Every day, we gear up and go into battle not knowing what we will be faced with. Now put your armor on and live the words that Roy Bennett so eloquently stated. Learn to light a candle in the darkest moments of someone's life. Be that life that helps others see, as it is what gives life its deepest significance. Now go get them, and Godspeed. Love you.
All right, we're to the main event. You guys ready for your pens? All right, let me see here. We have, I can eat these. We have faculty pinners Carolyn Coombs, Linda Hamill, Jeannie Hill, Amber Hutchins, Eden Kahn, and Rose Miller. And Lynn Kennedy will present the candidates, and Dr. Karen Russell will greet each new graduate. And Dr. Polk is not here today. She sends her greetings, but she's at another graduation today. All right, Jackie? Right.
It's my honor to read the candidates' names for their receiving their pin. As I call your name, if you come on up. Molly McKeever Abel. Hannah Elizabeth Ailey. Stacy Beach. Lynn M. Beardmore. Allison R. Bell. Shamara Lawrence Black. Ashley Nicole Byers. Brittany Nicole Carr. Harmony Lee Carter. Tanya Michelle Clark. Angela May Cox. Aaliyah DeBellin. Courtney Lauren DeBold. Christina M. DeLuz. Cameron Renee DeGeorge. Brianna Elizabeth Dodge. Summer Louise Ann Dooley. Jasmine Alexis Dyson. Abby Elizabeth Everly. Jessica Catherine Fantaccione. And I'd like to mention that Jessica was also the M&A District 9 Nursing Student of the Year recipient. Lauren Fletcher. Nicole Carol Gallo. Kayla Faye Getchen. Jacqueline Garcia Guadalajara. Christina Gazzardo. Adrian M. Harris. Jacob Hawes. Jessica L. Hightower. Caitlin Key Helgenberg. Jerry Richard Hollabon. That's hard to live down. Jennifer Elizabeth Lampy. Carrie Lynn Lane. Laura S. Litland. Casey Ray Long. Miranda E. Martin. Jacqueline Mason Cockrell. I'm sorry. Thanks for switching that for me. Too many Martins in a row. Sorry. Morgan E. Martin. Angela Marie Middleton. Casey Lynn Midkiff. Caitlin Jean Nutter. Rosa Elva Ortiz. Riley Elizabeth Otten. Walker Penson Sadler. It's a mouthful. Turn, there you go. There you go. Okay. Kristen Lee Pettiplace. Lauren Christina Russell. Kristen Michelle Sasser. Katrina Samaniego Shepherd. Stephanie M. Smith. Therese Suann Stewart. Leslie Thompson. Brittany Elizabeth Vallandingham. Darlene M. Welling. Crystal Z. Wilkerson. And one of our graduating students wasn't able to join us today from a family emergency, but I'd like to mention that Sophie Rose Michael is also part of this class. And one more note, you'll see in your program that the CSM Health Sciences Division Achievement in Nursing was won by Miranda E. Martin. If you would stand. And the CSM Health Sciences Division Academic Achievement in Nursing was won by Molly McKeever Abel. Thank you.
Oh, could we have one more round of applause for everyone? For reflections from the class, we'd like to invite Molly McKeever Abel up. It's a long walk there, huh? It's okay. Congratulations.
You guys, we did it! We're done! So we're all team players, and so I figured if I was gonna have a little anxiety today, you guys would have a little anxiety today. So I'm gonna throw it back to first semester on our first day learning care plans. So on our first day of nursing school, we learned how to properly make a nursing diagnosis. I thought it would be interesting to reflect on the past 2 years with some nursing student diagnoses. A first semester diagnosis: knowledge deficit related to having no idea what we got ourselves into. Evidenced by student statements of, what does that even mean? And you want us to read how many pages before tomorrow? I like to think of first semester class sign-up day as 72 people volunteering as tribute for the Hunger Games that we would call the nursing program. Of all the semesters, first semester was probably the most awkward one. You could always pick out the first semester nursing student who was standing in front of a patient's room, counting to 3 over and over again, trying to build up the confidence to go in. By the end, though, we built up maybe a little too much confidence. After all, we didn't kill our plastic-talking COPD patient in simulation. What more could there be to learn? Second semester nursing diagnosis: ineffective coping related to fear of failure, evidenced by widespread panic, uncontrollable shaking during skills checkoffs, and the realization that you have never once picked the most right answer on an exam. During second semester, we began to understand the true bond that came with gloving up, looking your friend in the eye, and walking into a code brown as a power duo. We developed the unique skill of planning to get up and exercise, make a healthy meal, and start studying by 8 a.m., but then by 8:01, convincing ourselves that we missed it and we'd start again tomorrow. After enlisting the help of our favorite YouTube instructor, Sarah from RegisteredNurseRN.com, we all began to find our niche, break into study groups, and work together like well-oiled machines. As if we hadn't learned anything from first semester, we were sure that now we knew everything. Third semester diagnosis: imbalanced nutrition related to severe stress eating, evidenced by trying not to have to buy bigger scrub pants for just one more semester. During third semester, you could often find us in study rooms rehearsing Professor Gonzalez's pharmacology cheers, or memorizing a Brady Bunch-style list of which head injury went with which of Professor Parsons' many grandchildren. We found a loophole. No, she really did have a lot of kids. They were injured. Most of them were injured. We found a loophole in watching Grey's Anatomy, which we counted as studying. It was also pretty entertaining that our simulation skills had graduated from, at least we didn't kill him, to, did we really just sing our mannequin a lullaby to stop his fake pain during fake wound care? When we wanted to quit, we held tight to one another and forged on. After all, we were at the top of the uphill battle. We must really know all there is to know. But what's the top of the hill without a landslide on the other side that destroys your mental health, sleep patterns, and social life? Welcome to fourth semester. Fourth semester diagnosis: fluid volume deficit related to excessive sobbing, evidenced by smeared writing on papers and gasping cries coming from lecture rooms. We began to understand the warnings of nursing school. We began to accept the fact that the number of hours we studied for our trends exams would be greater than the percentages we scored. On top of this, we had to learn the world of mother-baby nursing. When most people see infants, they see potential, new beginnings, and maybe even vulnerability. Nursing students see little bundles of, now you have to relearn every dosage calculation you've ever learned. We learned that although Harris Teeter is open 24 hours, you can't group study there all night before an exam if you're going to talk loudly about the birth process. We became smarter, though. We finally realized that we would not graduate knowing everything. And maybe that was the point. Maybe nursing school was not meant to teach us everything there is to know about nursing, but everything there is to know about ourselves. As we reflect on the past 2 years, I want to remind every individual classmate that you were nurses long before today. You were nurses when you decided to miss holidays and weekends with your family to protect and support other families. You were nurses every time you continued to work tirelessly every day of every semester. You are not nurses because of the knowledge you have acquired over the past 2 years, but because of the dedication you have to the betterment of total strangers. When you go home and your feet ache and feel like bricks, one of your patients is going home thankful that you ran into their room every time their alarm went off. When you arrive home and see that your children are already tucked in and asleep, someone is going home grateful that you gave them the opportunity to tuck their children in one more time. And when you wake up to an alarm clock for your 3rd shift in a row and peel yourself out of bed, your patient is waking up grateful for another morning that they didn't think would come. While you have noticed changes in the patients you've affected, I have noticed changes in you. I've watched you persevere and become stronger after every failure. And I've watched you become more gentle because you've seen what really matters when people take their last breath. I've watched you gracefully and tactfully accomplish the unimaginable and the seemingly unattainable. I'm proud to be among you. Cameron. I'm proud to be among you, but even prouder to have learned from you. Oh. Okay, so now that we've learned all there is to know from nursing school, I'll leave you with a final nursing diagnosis for today. Extreme gratitude, related to the achievement of a long-awaited goal, evidenced by bonds that will never be broken, unconditional support, and unmatched camaraderie. I wish you all the best luck in the transition to the person you've always wanted to be. Congratulations.
All right, she left us all with tears. That's how this always ends. Today is really a very, very special day. I think every one of us that is sitting up here remembers those days of nursing school and how difficult it was. But today is the day. Yesterday you went to bed as our students, and today you wake up today, and today you are our colleagues. It is a really, really special day. So thanks for all you did and all your hard work. But before I leave, I have 2 more things, and then we'll let Lisa come up. The meaning of, this is from William Shakespeare, the meaning of life is to find your gift. I hope you guys found it. I certainly did. And the purpose of life is to give it back and give it away. All right? And then lastly, may your scrubs be comfy, your coffee be strong, and your Mondays be short. All right, and to close us out, I welcome Lisa Gonzalez to the podium.
Hi, guys. You want to cheer, don't you? So as we close this ceremony, I can't help but think about your theme, how you wish to be the light. How fitting for this group in particular, but I would say a little light is an understatement for this group, who I would describe as a blazing fire. Throughout these past few years, you had demonstrated your determination to learn, your empathy for patients, and your passions to contribute to this field. You are bold. Who else would call the director of the Red Cross to get firsthand information and insights to complete your capstone project? Or speak up for injustices, even if it's just to get those 2 points back on your test grade? You are innovative. From developing your own research studies, thinking outside the box with your holistic mindset, finding creative ways and places to study, and making a tight class, work, personal schedule all fit in a 7-day week. You are brave. I know some of those moments in clinical and the classroom were intimidating at times, perhaps scary,
test days, starting that first IV, hospital code situations of all colors, code blue, code green, and we know about that other color. But you faced them head on. Well, maybe with a friend dragging you along. But you faced them with grace, dignity, and eagerness to learn. It was tough. I know, nursing school's tough, but you guys came out diamonds. Finally, you were kind. The patients we encounter are living some of the most vulnerable moments, and you all were their nurse, their student nurse. Whether you provided a listening ear, comforting words, or just the right intervention to meet their needs. You were a beautiful light during your time in nursing school. You were part of the team then, and we welcome you to the profession of nursing as a nursing graduate and soon a practicing nurse. It's been an honor to be part of your learning, your growth as a nurse, so I just want to say a final congratulations, nursing graduate class of spring 2019. Love you guys.
All right, that concludes our ceremony today. If you would please join us upstairs for refreshments, we'd certainly love to meet with you guys. Thank you. Congratulations again.